Morning everyone, so welcome back to the channel. My name's Simon, this is the EV side, and on this episode, Ecotricity is finally dead. Keep it here and let's dig into it a little bit more. So news broke last night, this morning, and apologies, this video was, I suppose the title was a little bit clickbaity, so apologies for that. But hopefully some positive news that comes out of Ecotricity finally. So a little bit of a background. Ecotricity started back in 2011. Dale Vince, one of the first big infrastructure projects across the country in motorway services, provided valuable infrastructure for new electric car owners. When I came in 3 years ago, I very much used Ecotricity. It was one of my kind of lifelines because I did and still don't have home charging. Unfortunately, from then to sort of now, the service has got worse and worse. Infrastructure has got worse. Customer service is almost non-existent, and they got kind of bad to worse, essentially. Now, I was a great advocate of Ecotricity when they first opened. When I first started getting when I got an electric car, I never wanted them to see them fail because it's not in my best interest. I used them all the time. I wanted them to get better, but unfortunately the investment and the support just wasn't there. Now, fast forward a few years, and 2 odd years ago, when we was fully charged live, we heard about this new company called Gridserve, and they were putting in these big electric forecourts around the country, over 100 in the next sort of 5 years, which is really exciting. And if you haven't seen my previous video of Gridserve, I'll put the link below. Make sure you check that out. And essentially, the infrastructure that sits behind Gridserve is Hitachi based and is then owned by some Japanese companies that basically have this huge investment through Hitachi. What that meant is earlier this year, Gridserve actually bought 25% of Ecotricity. Now, obviously that was really welcomed by the EV community and electric car community. And the reason for that is that with that came big investment. They've started a program from, I believe it was like April, May time, leading through to September, to replace all of the aging technology out there across motorway services and expand it and make it better, make it contactless payment, everything that you kind of want as an EV driver, that you just rock up, swipe your card, job done. Nice and straightforward, exactly how it is in Gridserve. Now, that was really exciting, and that was like the fact that that was actually happening and something was changing within Ecotricity. And when I done my video a month or so ago, when that broke, my idea that wasn't the only thing that they were doing. If you buy 25% of a company like that from a company like Hitachi and Gridserve, you're going to want more. You're going to want controlling stake, and that's exactly what's happened as of this morning. Hitachi, behind Gridserve, and this Japanese group of companies that own Hitachi, have basically bought Ecotricity in its entirety for their motorway services. So they now own all of the motorway service points across the country. And with that comes tens of millions of pounds of investment, which hopefully means exactly expanding and continuing what they're already doing, making a reliable service, which is exactly what EV owners want, and making it nice and easy and contactless payment. Me personally, you want to turn up these places, you want capacity to be there, you want it easy, reliable, and you want contactless payment. You don't want any of this faffing around with apps, you don't want it to be broken, you don't want things to not working. And most important of all, if it is broken, you want to be able to contact someone 24/7, because people don't just charge 8 till 6, funny enough, Monday to Friday. They charge at 2 in the morning, 5 in the morning. And you need a reliable customer service on the back of that. So I'm really hoping, as part of this new piece of work, that Gridserve are looking at the background infrastructure as well, in terms of looking after the end customer. At the end of the day, customers like me and other people, and especially new EV owners that are maybe not as experienced, need that reliability, that if you go to these places, and if something's not right, you can pick up the phone, you can get through to someone and they can help you. And if they can't, they can get you to maybe the next charger that's a few miles away and things like that. And that seems to be lost recently, certainly on some other companies recently, like BP. This is a real opportunity now that Gridserve and Hitachi have got to transform motorway services up and down the country, not only with their Gridserve big charging stations, but this in terms of taking over. Now, one of the things that I did think about, unfortunately, was the downside of some of this is that it may still become that monopoly on the motorway services, and we may not see other companies in there. I think the Tesla kind of relationship and the Ionity relationship may still continue, I'm not sure. But I was kind of hoping, there was a vision at one point that we'd have the likes of BP, Ecotricity at the time, Ionity, and a few others that you could choose. So it didn't matter which one you went. You just went to a big bank of chargers and swipe your card and away you go. Now, this is just the start. I mean, if you look at the one in Rugby that Rob from RS Stinks went up to recently, that was amazing, and the fact that it's got a big bank of chargers, all contactless payment, plenty of capacity, that's exactly what we want, and I'm hoping that that's going to be the start of something big. If you haven't seen any of my other Gridserve videos, I'll link it up here. And then until next time, I'd really like to know what you think about this. Is it good news, do you think, for the EV community? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and until next time, thanks very much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.